Roguing, Carline, or Helen R.D. over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Time for the putty work to begin. As you can see, I've got a pretty nasty gap here to fill. As well, there are also some seams on the main body I need to work too. So what I've done is I've gone in and mixed equal parts of Aves Epoxy Sculpt A and B. Wonderful two-part epoxy. Best thing I like about it versus regular contour putties is that when you're working with it, this is the blob I've mixed up for today's work. When you're working with it, it works just like modeling clay. I mean, you can squish it, squeeze it. As long as you keep your hands moist, you can sculpt it just like you would modeling clay. Alright, got the Aves down. As you can see, there's a slight difference between the color of the Aves and the color of the plastic. That'll sand down nice and smooth. I've got a couple of new sanding sticks for that. But that gap is now pretty much gone. Now, some of you guys work with putty really well. I don't. So Aves is a blessing. As you can see, I've proceeded to work on the main wing. Got the one seam done. Got the leading edge holes filled. Still got to fill this seam here, as well as the gap. Well, not so much a gap as a step along the edge of that joint. And then I get to work on the back end. Alright, I've filled in the gaps here and here. These two large blocks of epoxy sculpt are what I'm going to turn into the impulse engines, because this version uses impulse engines more like those found on the Katinga rather than those found up here in the shuttle bay section on the old style D7. Alright, likely the final update for today. As you can see, I've taken the actual knife I'm holding in my hand here and carved out in the Aves the impulse engine pieces. I've gone in and taken some lenses from another kit to add some depth to the impulse engine effect. I've got basically at this point all of the seam filling is done as far as the main assemblies go. I've just got to go in and sand the Aves down, finish putting the vinyl masks on. As far as surgery for this thing still goes, there are two big things I still have to do. I have to cut down the ends of these wings, because right now the engines would be splayed out at odd angles if I kept them where they are. So I've got to trim these so they're straight, so the engines are straight. And at that point, we'll be ready for pretty much final assembly and start for paint.